Hello, how are you? I'm Janki and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm going to tell you guys what I think I will read in the month of September. And so yes, let us begin. And the first book that I'll be mentioning is the one that is rollover from the previous month, and that is Anna Karenina by Leo Tolstoy. So this is a classic. So I am not rushing through this. So I'm really, how far I am? I'm at page number 86. It has numerous pages. I'll take my own time. I even think that this book may even continue in October because I'm not planning on completing this so fast, because I just get this feeling that if I rush through this book, I somehow will not enjoy it. So yes, I read few pages every day, sometimes more, sometimes less. But yes, this is the book that I'm planning to read, continue to read, I mean. So another book is again a rollover from previous month, and that is Chain of Iron by Cassandra Clare. So yes, I was catching up to my Cassandra Clare books. So I read Chain of Gold last year, and I had my eyes on Chain of Iron for so long, but I finally got around to reading it. Yes, that is another book that I need to complete in the month of September. So far, so good. Let us see how do we end up with it. Coming on to our next book, it will again come as a surprise because I was really not hoping to read a classic because I already was reading Anna Karenina. But so what happened was that I started following this classical literature book club on Instagram, and they were picking up this September read, and they chose Jane Eyre, which luckily I also had the copy of. So I thought, yes, why not? I'll read it this month. I have the whole month to read it, so no rush again, and it's not too big. So where is it? So yes, it's not too big. It's big, not too big. I'll have people to talk about this book, so I think that will do a lot great. So yes, this is Jane Eyre, my September pick. Next two books are the books that I planned on reading in August itself, but I did not get to read them because, mood reader. So yes, and also I did not have much time. That or I could not read much in the month of August. Maybe that is the reason. But I'm definitely going to read The Night Road by Kristen Hanna this month. And you all know my love for Kristen Hanna, so I'm very excited to read this book and see how do I feel about this book, because this happens to be published in 2011 and the other works that I've read of her are pretty recent. So I just want to know, does that time period make any difference? The other book is again that I was planning to read in August but couldn't get to, and that is 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia. Yes, Marquez. Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Again, a classic. I'm realizing this now that I have 3 books that are classics. Will I be able to swallow that much? Let us see. We'll see when I start reading things. So yes, this is another book that I need to get to. I am also lagging behind in my reading around the world challenge thing. So I thought that I'll read a book from Afghanistan, and Khalid Hosseini is such a famous author from Afghanistan, but I thought of not reading his other work and rather picking up a new author. And so yes, this book sounded very cool, not cool, very intriguing to me, and that is A House Without Windows by Nadia Hashim. Yes, and this is, I think, about what was this about? In this book, we follow this lady called Zeba, who is a perfect Afghan woman and wife, and one day discovers her husband's body, and being present at the crime scene, she is arrested and put into prison. And while she's awaiting her trial, she discovers these other Afghan women who are also present in these prison cells, who are put there for things that really can't be said as crimes. So yes, that's the story about, and it's so good. That premise is so good, and I really want to see how it happens. So yes, excited for this. I keep telling this so many times, but I have been thoroughly lagging behind in my thrillers. I want to read thriller, but I don't know what happens and other books capture my attention, whatever that is. But really, I really need to read a thriller, and so I am thinking of reading The Box in the Woods by Maureen Johnson in September. This is the fourth book in the Truly Diva series, which can be considered even as a separate book, not really the continuation, because it follows a different storyline, and really I need to read a thriller. Last but not the least, let us see if I read it or not. So I'm also lagging behind in my series catch up. So I am very fond of picking up new fantasies, reading the first book of those series, and like doing nothing else. So yes, I am hoping to cover up that thing. And the last book I have is Rising Like a Storm, which is the second book in Hunting by the Sky duology. And yes, I'm slowly catching up to fantasy series that I've begun. So yes, these are all the books that I'm planning to read in September, and I really want to see how many of these do I read in September. Yes, thank you all for watching, and do consider subscribing to my channel if you love the videos that I make. And yes, see you next time.